Namaste, beloved. How are you? My name is Syma, and I am an international sacred feminine and spiritual coach, healer, and best-selling author. And I have the blessing of supporting sensitive, soulful women all over the world and uncovering and healing your greatest inner blocks, transforming them, being free of them, taking back your power, manifesting your boldest dreams, and flourishing into the goddesses that you truly are. Today, I'm very excited to share with you some goddess tips on a topic that is so important to me, to all of us women. I'm so passionate about this, and this is about how to awaken and take back your divine feminine power. So what I would love to do with you is share 5 specific goddesses. There are so many amazing, wonderful, powerful goddesses that I could share, but for purposes of our video, we'll just go over 5 that hopefully will help you in different areas of your life in terms of how to take back your power. And also remember that when we're not in our power, basically our life reflects that back to us with very disempowering situations. So for example, we might have relationships that are completely out of balance. We might have a really hard time manifesting things with ease and joy and always feel like we have to prove ourselves and earn our good and really work hard. Sometimes we can even work very hard spiritually with our law of attraction work and manifesting tools, and it just feels like so much effort. And that's because we need to recenter ourselves in our inherent divine worth, value, and power. So to get started, the first goddess I would love to share with you, I'm outdoors, so I might be a little scratchy because there are some mosquitoes here, even though I'm at the river and the water is flowing. But in any case, I love you guys, so I'm making this video. And there are some children around, and I was waiting for them for about an hour to maybe leave the park, but they're on some kind of trip. And we'll just have to go with it now. So my loves, the first goddess that I want to share with you is the beautiful Egyptian goddess Sekhmet. I was so blessed to visit Sekhmet's secret shrine in Luxor, Egypt, in a temple over there. And it was such a profound, powerful, beautiful, majestic experience to see her beautiful statue in this small, really majestic, secretive shrine, and you can just feel Sekhmet's incredible, palpable power course through you. And that's actually why I'm going to be hosting a online goddess circle to awaken the warrioress and the lioness that Sekhmet is within us. And that's the thing, Sekhmet, as you can see here, is a lioness-headed goddess. Often she's shown with a lioness head, and sometimes she's also shown with a woman's head. And I love her here because she's taking her throne. And if you can see, her gown is very transparent. And what I love about this is oftentimes we think when we're in our feminine power that we have to be masculine, but that's not the case, as Sekhmet reveals in actually both these gowns, because in this one it's sheer as well. Hopefully you can see that. Feminine power comes from knowing that I am so powerful that it is safe for me to be vulnerable. I can show myself completely. I can be myself completely. I don't have to hide who I am. I can reveal my true divine nature in my full glory and power. She is a sun goddess, and she's also a goddess who embraces her sacred wrath, because she knows that our anger is a message from our core, our body, our feminine, dark goddess, warrior goddess nature that has been so feared, and that's why it's been so oppressed for so long. But this is the power to transform and transmute and clear what no longer serves us. So Sekhmet will remind you to reawaken your inner lioness. So perhaps imagining a lioness inside of your belly, ready to roar. With her grace, a lioness protects her cubs and her territories and her food, and she hunts, and she's very independent, but she is supported through sisterhood, through her tribe, and she allows the lions to support her, right? So she has a tribe, and yet she's also fiercely independent and skilled and self-sufficient as well. And so part of taking back our power is to find that balance of being full, whole, and complete unto ourselves, and also being part of a community and sharing our gifts with the tribe, right? To be for everyone's best and highest good. There's so many amazing gifts. Sekhmet is also a divine healer. So she can help to heal all blocks to your sacred power, any blocks you have around your worthiness and your value. Because again, when we're not in our worth and value, we might not get paid the salary that we deserve. We might, if we have a business, not, create the abundance that we deserve. If we want love, we might not get the partners that we deserve. We might not be treated with the respect and kindness and appreciation that we deserve, because we might be disconnected from this inner Sekhmet who has that pride of a lioness, but in a divine way, not in from a place of arrogance, but knowing your divine truth and value, right? So there's so much more I could share with you about Sekhmet, and obviously that's why I'm doing a circle. If you want to join us, you can go to flourishinggoddessschool.com, where you can find my Sekhmet circle. It'll be available on replay afterwards at any time. So then moving from Sekhmet, that fiery element, right, of sacred wrath and the sun and transmuting the old, the next goddess that can help you to take back your power is Pele. Pele is a amazing, beautiful, powerful Hawaiian goddess who is often shown as that picture, either a young maiden or an old crone. And Pele, again, that fire element, is that volcano that can erupt when you need to clear the old. She's also a creatress. So while that lava fire of anger can be destructive, it's actually transformational, and it can help us to clear what's not serving us and create what we desire, right? Because she reminds you that you are Shakti, you are the primal, divine, feminine, creative force, life force energy, and you have the power to create anything that you want. So don't be afraid to tap into that. Don't be afraid to harness the power of your sacred wrath to cleanse what no longer serves you. Now, this doesn't mean that we unleash it on other people and are abusive or harmful like that. It just means honor it within yourself, have healthy ways of processing it, whether it's through journaling or speaking to a coach or a confidant, and not maybe directly to the person that you're perhaps angry with, until you've processed it on your own and gained clarity as to what is acceptable and not acceptable to you, right? So with that, we come into our next amazing goddess, Lilith, who will help you to stand your ground and draw boundaries. Lilith is said to be the first woman. So she's from the Babylonian tradition. She was a goddess, and then with Judaism, she came to be Adam's first wife, but then she refused to submit to him. Very specifically, the story goes that she refused to be in missionary position. She did not want to be under, because they were actually both created equally. And she did not want to be, refused to be subordinate to Adam, because she said, I'm an equal. So for that, she was outcasted. She was shunned, and she chose her freedom over that. And so she gained her wings. Now, unfortunately, Lilith was demonized as a sexual demon, baby eater, right? And the truth is, that's what happened to feminine power. It was so powerful that unfortunately monotheistic, patriarchal, organized religions wanted to suppress that through this unfortunate propaganda. Whereas Lilith really is that power inside of you that is willing to be outcasted and ostracized for following and honoring your truth. So in my life, for example, this happened when I refused to have an arranged marriage, and my father called me selfish and callous, and basically didn't talk to me for a couple of years. And he was really offended when I pursued a post-secondary education, in spite of his best efforts to put obstacles in my way, financial and practical. And again, he just called me selfish, self-centered, feminist, not in an empowered, or it wasn't meant to be a compliment at the time, right? But I had that complete disapproval from my father. He withheld his love and approval, and what that did was it helped me to own my power and say, you know what, I don't need your approval. I don't need to be in your good books. I need to be free to marry who I want. I need to be free to pursue a post-secondary education because that's what I wanted, right? So for you, my love, there may be consequences to choosing your path, to honoring what feels right to you. People might call you crazy, people might judge you, people might condemn you, and yet if you are honoring your sacred values, your divine life purpose, what is your truth, you have to ask yourself which price you're willing to pay. Are you willing to compromise and sacrifice that to submit to other people's ideas of what you need to be like and what you should do? Or are you willing to even sometimes temporarily, have other people's disapproval to honor yourself. And you know, the happy ending of my story is my father ended up being extremely proud of me because I was like 4.0 GPA and on the dean's list and won all these awards and scholarships at the end of my first year, and actually during. And he was so proud that I did that, and he said, thank you for, you know, proving me wrong and following what you needed to do. And I appreciate that about the Western culture, to teach people and young people how to think for themselves and sometimes defy authority. So that came from my Pakistani Muslim, very old-fashioned father, who now has evolved a lot and actually ended up being an advocate for women's higher education in Pakistan for a while. So you never know, when you just blaze forward with that badass courage, miracles can happen, right? And then if people continue to shun you, you know that they were not there in integrity for you, right? They were not there to support you for who you are and accept you for who you are. You have to accept you for who you are. You have to have your own approval and need only your own approval and validation. And you are responsible for how you conduct yourself, right? It doesn't mean we're cold and mean or disrespectful or insensitive or hurtful, but sometimes people still might take offense and be hurt in spite of your best efforts to, you know, stand in your power with truth and grace and clarity. But you're not responsible for their feelings, right? You are responsible for how you conduct yourself. And so again, it's that balance of knowing that it's not a free pass to be insensitive or abusive in any way, right? It's about expressing yourself with dignity, with grace, with power, and letting other people deal with that as they may, right? If they want to come along and support you and they're inspired by it, great. And honestly, that ends up happening. People end up feeling so inspired by you setting that example. And then some people are threatened because they may not develop or have had the courage to do what you're doing. So that's their business. You have to mind your path, and like Lilith, know that even in the face of consequences and being ostracized, you deserve to honor your values, your priorities, your dreams, and yourself. So the next goddess that can really help you with that is Kali, because I know that sometimes when we want to honor our paths, we can have a lot of fear come up, as well as some attachment. So for example, if you're in a disempowering relationship with a partner, but your fear is that if I break up with him, no one's ever gonna love me, I'm gonna end up alone, right? And we would only be in that kind of relationship if we haven't yet cultivated a strong self of self and a healthy relationship with ourselves, an empowered relationship with ourselves. But let's say some fear is coming up. Kali, with her beautiful sword of truth, will cut through that delusion and attachment and free you to know who you are. You are divine, you are a goddess. There's some children in the background, so, but Kali will help you to take back your power and to free yourself of fear by facing them fully. She will help you to look them in the face and cut that cord that drains you of your power, so that you can boldly go forward, know who you are, and start again, create anew. And the last goddess I want to share with you is the beautiful Celtic goddess Bridget. So Bridget is a triple goddess, and here in her warrior form, she's also a goddess who's a creatress. And she's, as a triple goddess, will help you to embrace your power as a maiden, mother, and a crone. So with inspired ideas, with the mothering energy of creating and bringing them into form, and with the crone, the wise woman, and the healer, and the warrioress to help you to continue to refine, to re-examine, to release, to renew, and to heal. So this is your power of owning all of yourself, right? Even the light and dark, the shadow part of yourself, loving every part of yourself, accepting and honoring every part of yourself, and knowing that you are a sorceress. You can create magic and alchemy and art and any beautiful new beginning when you are centered in your sacred, divine worth and value. Okay, my love. So these are the goddesses that you can invoke. You can invoke them in meditation. You can imagine them all. Now, if you see, for example, all this fiery energy, so we've got Bridget and Pele and Kali with her flames, and there's a lot of gold and lion, right, sun, fire energy. So this is the solar plexus. Your power center is in your belly, your solar plexus. And when it's healthy, it looks like a bright, luminescent, glowing sun. So one way that you can take back your power and heal your self-worth and value, summon your inner courage, is by imagining a beautiful glowing sun, and also by cutting cords. So if there's something in your life or someone that is draining you of your power, take Kali's or Bridget's sword and then swipe it in front of you and cut that cord. I have a lot more of these tips in my course, Sacred Self-Care for Sensitive Souls. I'll leave a link for you for that if you'd like. And of course, if you'd like to join us for our Sekhmet circle, where we're going to help you to awaken your lioness and your warrioress, and really just awaken her divine blessings. I feel like I'll be channeling her messages very potently because of my recent trip to Egypt, so I would love to have you there. And come on over to my website where I can give you a free meditation. It's at flourishinggoddess.com, where we go through all the chakras to help you to awaken your goddess gifts on every level, right, in every part of your life. Love, abundance, intuition, spirituality, and of course, your power. So I hope this has served you. I would love for you to share a comment on which goddess you really need to work with right now and how you feel called to summon her in your life to stand in your power. Share with me where exactly in your life you might be struggling with your power. I always love to make follow-up videos based on what you guys share with me in the comments to help me to know how I can best serve you. So I love hearing from you, even though I may not get the chance to reply to everyone, because I'm so blessed to have so many comments that I need to make sure that I'm spending time making videos for you guys instead of on social media all the time. But I do see them and read them, and I so appreciate them, and I'm always doing my best to respond to them to continue to serve you and share goddess guidance with you. And of course, if you'd like to work with me one-on-one, I'm still offering coaching sessions at flourishinggoddess.com. You can go under Goddess Coaching and see how to work with me. I help women all over the world through Skype. So my loves, thank you so much. Take back your power. You are a beautiful, divine, powerful goddess. Own it and let them hear you roar. Namaste.